Hi, I'm Ginny from a small town in Washington State. Please don't forget to press like and subscribe. My family struggled financially for as long as I could remember. Mom was a housewife and Dad had trouble finding a good job. Despite that, they always found time to take care of my grandmother. What do you need all this stuff for? Your neighbors think you're a lunatic, you know. Who cares what those morons think? Grandma's house on the outskirts of town was old, but I loved visiting her. Well, why did you call us here? I was at an important conference. By the way, that pain in the butt's my aunt. I don't have much time left. I'm leaving my house to my youngest daughter and her family. Don't say that. Don't say goodbye yet. Don't interrupt me. My last request is don't sell this house. There is a treasure hidden in it. A treasure? Quit it! I'll find the treasure. Of course, she did not find any treasure. After Grandma died, my parents decided we should move into her house. Renting an apartment is too expensive. It's okay, we'll fix everything. I like it anyway. The day we moved, I came to Grandma's room. What if there is really treasure hidden here? What's this? Did you know that crazy old woman used to live here? Her ghost is haunting it now. They're asking for it. Boo! My parents did their best to renovate the house, but we didn't have enough money, so I decided to help them. Her house is haunted. It really is. I could give you a tour, if you're not afraid that is, but it won't be for free. I hung empty bottles by her back door and dragged a couple of stray cats into our attic. Hear that? It's the ghosts howling. What the heck? What's going on here? I'm giving my classmates a tour of our haunted house. What in the world? Give them all the money back now. I just wanted to help. We know, honey. You don't need to worry anymore. I found a good job. Things were looking up. Soon my parents finished renovating our home. It's a shame it doesn't look scary anymore. When I turned 11, Mom and Dad threw a birthday party for me. This is for you. Wow, a real rabbit! The party was in full swing when someone rang our doorbell. What is this, a housewarming party? You must have forgotten to invite us. Like you forgot to come to Mom's funeral. You know how busy I am. Raising 2 daughters all by myself and building a career is a lot of work. By the way, Louise and Kira are so smart. They're in the drama club and can dance like nobody's business. Do you want to play with me? Look at my girls. So sweet, so adorable. Did you come to see the house after the renovation? As soon as the adults left, Louise pushed my tower. Hey, what are you doing? It was leaning anyway. You're not as talented as us, Ginny. I couldn't help but pounce on Louise. Kira immediately grabbed my hair and I screamed. What are you doing? Stop this now! My aunt and cousin stayed over. The next morning, I saw that my rabbit's cage was open and my pet was nowhere to be seen. Baby, where are you? See the stew your mom is making? That's your rabbit. You're lying. I don't believe it. Here's your baby, Ginny. It seems your cousins locked him in the guest room by accident. Yeah, right by accident. When my mom and cousins finally left, I was over the moon. We didn't see them for almost 5 years. My aunt still called Mom to brag about Louise and Kira's achievements, though. I wasn't in the drama club and couldn't dance, but I loved working out. Congrats! Your body looks perfect. There's always room for improvement. I want to take part in fitness and figure competitions. One day, I saw a guy when I walked out of the gym. Why is he looking at me like that? I wanted to get closer, but he quickly left. When I got home, I was in for an unpleasant surprise. You? Ginny, your aunt is sick. She's in a hospital. Louise and Kira will be staying here with us until she's discharged. We didn't get along back then, but that's in the past, right? We were just kids. We got a present for your rabbit. Thank you, that's sweet. Ginny, you have such an amazing figure. Thanks, I work out a lot. Cool. Could you teach us? Actually, I'm preparing for a competition right now. Come on, it's going to be fun. I had no choice but to agree. But as soon as we got to the gym, I regretted it. They're too heavy for you. Take some lighter dumbbells. It's fine. We've got... Slow down. We're fine. My cousins tried to repeat after me and pestered the other gym members with ridiculous questions, like total morons. You must have good genetics. That's why you look so good. Right, dieting and sports have nothing to do with it. You're being rude. Hey, we thought you were on our side. I saw the same guy outside the gym again. Just like the last time, he looked at me intently before quickly leaving. All the way home, I felt like I was being watched. What does that weirdo want? That evening, I wanted to drink a protein shake for dinner, but my pack was empty. I asked you not to touch my protein. I didn't. This cocktail isn't half bad. Are our muscles going to be bigger tomorrow? You could have asked for permission before taking my food. What's the big deal? Ginny, your cousins are going through a rough patch. Have some patience. Please go easy on them. I will try. There are no classes on holidays, and Louise and Kira joined me at the gym the next day again. All the boys are staring at Ginny. I want to have a body like that too. There's going to be a party here tonight. You could perform to practice before the competition. That's a great idea. When I got home, I tried to find a bikini for the party, but then I heard strange noises behind the wall. What are you doing? We want to perform too. We'll look just as good as you in these. Of course, their plan failed, but their audacity knew no bounds. Why are you going through my stuff? We need to find the right clothes. You could have at least asked. What's going on? We want to go to a party with Ginny, but we didn't bring any pretty clothes with us. Ginny, you should share with the girls. It made my blood boil, but I didn't want to argue with them. Jeez, look at Ginny. Everyone was cheering for me, and I felt confident. Until my cousins came on stage after. We've got the moves! Who are you? Get lost! It was so freaking embarrassing. When everyone started dancing, I suddenly noticed a guy who had been following me. He's not getting away this time. Wait, who are you? My name is Travis. Why are you stalking me? I wasn't stalking anyone. I was watching you. I like you. I'm an artist, and I want to make an animated movie. You inspired me. But what are you doing here at the gym? I've never seen you work out. My father doesn't want me to become an animator. He forbids me from drawing and even threw away my sketchbook recently. That's become the last straw for me. I ran away from home and have been staying in the gym's basement. Travis's story was crazy. Wow, you're very talented. Ever since that day, Travis and I spent a lot of time together. One day, he asked me out for a walk. What the heck? Are you hiding from the police? Of course not. It was just very loud. We need to show Ginny what we're capable of. Don't forget about our mission. What mission? To sew muscles on yourselves? A couple of days after that, I saw a security guard dragging Travis outside when I came to the gym. I better not see you here again. I have nowhere to go. You know, you could stay in our attic. No one ever goes up there anyway. Really? Are you serious? Do good and it'll come back to you, right? Travis almost got caught by my cousins the very first night. What was that? This house is haunted. By the same ghosts that guard Grandma's treasure? Grandma's treasure? Why did they suddenly mention it? A few days later, Dad came home miserable. My company has a new director. He's going to fire me. Of course, Mom and I were gutted by that news. Recently, my parents had taken out a loan, and now we wouldn't be able to repay it. The next morning, Travis sneaked out of the house and we went for a walk. You seem sad. Is everything okay? I told him about Dad's problems at work, and Travis tried to comfort me. Then, an expensive-looking car came from around the corner. Dang it! Have you robbed someone? Are you hiding from the police? I am. And that was close. On the way home, Travis asked me about my family, and I told him about my grandmother. No one's at home right now. I could show you her room if you want. This is so cool. Wait, I know this artist. Ginny, is this deck the real deal? I think so. Grandma bought it at a flea market. I think I recognize the art style. If I'm right, these cards are over 100 years old and cost a fortune. Are they the treasure Grandma talked about? If we sell the cards, it'll solve all our problems. Something this valuable should be kept in a museum. We heard the front door open. Travis hid in the attic, and I told my parents about the cards. What if the cards are the treasure? I don't think so. We didn't tell anyone about it, but I found the treasure 5 years ago. There were gemstones in our backyard, but they weren't as valuable as your grandma thought. Your mom and I sold almost all of them to renovate the house. We still have some left, but if your father gets fired, that won't save us for long. I was speechless. I hadn't known about any of it. Let's take a look at those cards. They might be valuable too. Huh? They were just here. Have you lost something? Did you take the cards? What will we do with that junk? We just got here. Someone took the last of our money too. Well, maybe it was that guy Ginny's been hiding in the attic. What? How do you know about that? We're not blind. We noticed him a long time ago, but we didn't want to snitch. Ginny! There was no point in denying it. I told my parents about Travis, but he wouldn't have done that. Where are the cards and the money then? It pained me to admit, but Travis's reaction to the police had been weird. Was I really wrong about him? Don't worry, you can't have everything. For example, you can have a perfect figure, but no brains. Just get lost. The next morning, Mom and I went to a pawn shop to try and pawn her wedding ring. What are they doing here? And then I realized Louise was holding Grandma's tarot cards. My cousins had stolen them, I knew it. What's the meaning of this? Mom decided to go to her sister and tell her about everything Louise and Kira had done. But when we arrived at the hospital, my aunt was not there. Sorry, we don't have any patients of that name. We went to my aunt's house. Needless to say, she wasn't expecting us. Are you even sick? At first, my aunt tried to deny everything, but Mom wouldn't have it. I had money problems too. Louise and Kira are not as good as I said. They get into trouble and waste money on parties all the time. Recently, they even took my savings from the safe. I lied about being sick to send them away after that. That's not everything though, is it? I heard them talking about some mission. It's about the treasure, isn't it? You're right. I wanted them to find the treasure. I never stopped thinking about it, even after all those years. Your mom didn't want to see me anywhere near your house though, so I had to use my girls. Of course I didn't. You never cared about our family, only the money. Mom sent Louise and Kira back home. Soon, Dad came home with incredible news. The new director changed his mind about firing me. He even promoted me and invited us all to an office party. Things were looking up, but I still got sad thinking about Travis. Why would he leave without a word if he didn't steal anything? A few days later, my parents and I came to Dad's office. That car looks familiar. I think it's the one that scared Travis. While everyone was dancing, I was going out of my mind with boredom. Would the most athletic girl in the town like to dance? Travis? What are you doing here? My dad's the new owner of the company. My family's loaded. I'm sorry I didn't tell you right away. It's just that my father wanted me to go to a business school, but I wanted to draw and be independent. When I ran away from home, Dad used his police contacts to look for me. That's why I reacted that way to the police car. Why did you run away from my home? I wanted to help your family. So I came home and asked my father not to fire your dad. He agreed on the condition that I would sign up for business classes. At first, I was angry at Travis for his lies, but then I realized what he had sacrificed for me, and we made up. But that wasn't the end of it. Travis introduced my parents to a good jeweler. You were deceived. These gemstones are extremely rare. They cost a fortune. We're rich! Grandma turned out to be right. There was indeed treasure hidden in her house. You were right. These cards belong in a museum. I recently won a fitness and figure competition. Travis and I became an item. He finished several business courses, but then went back to drawing. By the way, Travis has already animated one video, and I was in it. That's right. I'm talking about the private diary episode you just watched. Did you like it?